and getting us in the mood for this meeting tonight. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, tribe. Welcome, guests. We appreciate you giving your time tonight to be on the line. We have a lot of great information for you, so make sure that you got your pen and your pad or somewhere that you could take notes. And that way you can take any questions down that you may have and ask whoever invited you to this line afterwards. You can follow up with them and hopefully they can answer your questions or get you to someone who can. My name is Lakeisha Perry. I am a leading lady in one of our sub tribes, a leading lady tribe. I am here. I have the honor of introducing our host for tonight. This young lady I've known for a long time. She has been in my life since I was in middle school. She actually used to do my hair before I grew my locks. And she has brought me into this village that we have, this tribe that we have here, and I am just so grateful to be a part of it. So grateful to have the opportunity to be able to introduce her tonight. So I just thank you, Coach Lee, and Mr. G. Always thank you for your vision. But tonight we have CEO Mom, Coach Lee. She is a wife, a mother of four. She has a background in finance. She also worked in the beauty industry, owned her own salon. And so she has used her gifts and her talents and meshed them together to come together and actually be able to live out her purpose throughout this mission and throughout trying to reach 1 million families. And so we are so grateful to have her in our tribe and have her on our team. Not only has she done all of that, but she is also now a trader, a coach, a confidant, and all the other things. So she always steps in to help us wherever we need. And so, Coach Lee, without any further ado, I want to bring you on up. Thank you for hosting the meeting tonight.
I appreciate it. How y'all doing on this evening? Good evening, good evening. Let me get situated here, y'all, and share my screen so we can hop right into this thing. Let me see. Let's make sure all the lines are muted out. Okay, got that going. All right, y'all. As she said, I am fully walking in my passion. I am fully walking in my purpose. And I love anytime that I can be before a room, that I can be on a Zoom, and I can on purpose make an impact um into the lives of other people. Yes, they give it up. Yes, thank you, Miss Lakeisha. They giving it up in the chat. And I love pulling people out of their comfort zones because that's where the magic happens. That's where the growth happens. And actually, even though I do this on a regular basis, there's always some level of uncomfortability, as you're speaking to people, but not because of a nervousness, but I want to make sure when I come before you, I've already poured into myself today. I've already gotten with Mr. Guilty, and you hear about him. And make sure that I'm ready and I'm fully equipped so that I can give my best so that I can make an impact with you. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. But we also going to have fun because multiplying your money is fun. And so we're going to show you how you can do that, not just make money. And a lot of times that's what you're used to. You're used to, probably working a full-time job, and we're not the people to tell you to fire your boss. But that's probably the main way that to make income. And I'm getting ahead of myself because I'm just flowing, because 95% of the population, that's what they do. That's what I did. I traded my time for money, but it's so many limitations to that, right? You will literally have to work until you leave this earth if that's the only way that you make your money is for trading your time for money. And so we're going to hop right on in this to show you how you can tap into freedom, to show you how you can live a life elevated, to show you how you can create your own economy. But before we hop into all of that, I have to say the results are not guaranteed. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Now check this out, y'all. I went to college for 4.5 years, right? I had a scholarship doing that, took all of these classes. And when I graduated, do you not know that they didn't even guarantee me a job? You laughing, Miss Diane? And then behind that, I got my cosmetology license, right? And now that one I actually had to pay for because I already had a degree. And so I became this master stylist. Do you not know, after putting in 1,800 hours to pursue my master license and then having to take a state exam, they did not guarantee me success. They didn't even help me get not one client. What? So guess what? Same thing here. But it is, but it's not, because you have a tribe, as Miss Lakeisha talked about. You have a tribe of people that are around you. If you allow us to, right? Because we're not going to be intrusive. So however you allow us in, that's how we're going to be. So as you take one step, we're going to take two. So you're going to have people around you that have already seen the success that you desire to help you. What Mr. Guilty calls is a push-pull effect, right? Yeah. And so as we're listening to whoever we're partnered with, our success partners, and they may have more experience, right? We may be that person in our industry, in our families that go to, but here they have the experience coupled with your gift and talents. As I go back and I pull you, and then you're coming along with me, I'm not pulling their weight, then that's where the magic happens. And that's where you can truly create your own economy. And that's why this platform is called that. And you can tap into a life that is elevated, right? Most people are not living that life. Most people are just going through the motions. Most people are just getting up, maybe eating breakfast, doing their morning routine. They're going to work, they're getting off work, running maybe to the grocery, whatever that looks like, day in, day out, day in. You ever got off work or headed home and you looked up and you was there and you didn't even have to think about how you drove there? You like, wait, I didn't even think. That's how people are going through life. They're not even thinking about it. We want to shake you up. We want you to think on purpose. That was Earl Nightingale. I think, what was that book called? Oh, I forgot. The Strangest Secret. I think, was that it?
I think it was it.
I think it was at Earl Nightingale, and he said, men don't think. You recycle about 90% of the thoughts. It's the same thoughts day after day after day. And then as I'm listening, because we're always being stretched with mindset training, those are not even your thoughts. A lot of the thoughts that you're thinking are thoughts that's been instilled in you since you were a young child. So you're actually thinking somebody else's thoughts about your life. And so you're getting the same results that they have. But now it's time to create a new. And you can do that here because you have access to the right leadership, to the right technology, to the right strategies to help you to design and craft to the finest detail the life that you desire. How does that sound? Are y'all in the right place with that? Is that something that you want to do, to design and craft and create your life? And we're able to do that because we're partnered with leadership who that's what they have done. They've designed their life and they're continually designing, right? Because it's never ending and you're always growing. And so you can do that because you're taking a blueprint from those who have already gone before you and they have that success. They have that success in business and in life. These men represent 6 and 7 figures. These men represent resilience. These men represent integrity. These men represent people who have a heart for the extraordinary everyday person to be their best selves. They know what it's like to step out on faith. They know what it's like to go against the grain, right? Being an entrepreneur. And I have my own story. When you don't go that straight path of go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job, people have a whole lot to say. So I'm sure they had to go through ridicule because there can be ups and downs, ebbs and flows, right? But their vision was realer to them on the inside than any situation that they was facing. And so therefore, when those trials and tests of life came, their vision pulled them forward. So they know and they can speak to you when you go ebbs and flows and trials and tests of life, because we're about here building the person to enhance the life, to build the business. So it's not, we're going to talk about the finances. We get into the money. Hey, everybody mad. We're going to get to the money, but we're going to get to you first. We got to get to you to get to the money. And that's what we do here with our Explosion Soul Tribe. With my quote unquote mentor, I call him Sir G3. Online, in person, wherever we go, right? Because he is a guide for me in all aspects of life, down to Mr. Guilty, what do you think about what I'm going to wear tonight? Mr. Guilty, what do you think? I want my boys to be involved in the summer camp. What do you think, Mr. Guilty? Zen did that. That's one of my cats. Every aspect of life, a guru from the anointing and experience. He has experience in the beauty industry, He owned 4 salons. He retired himself from that so he could pursue this full time. He has experience in politics, so many different aspects of life. And then he's guilty, and everybody that's on this line is connected to him and attests to he's guilty to bringing out the champion in you if you allow, right? But it takes two. Whatever you allow is what's going to be. And so he is directly connected to the president of economy, Mr. Edwin Haynes, who is directly connected to the CEO, Mr. Hassan Mahmoud. So that's the lineage. You think about a lineage and royalty, and when you come from good stock per se, yeah, we come from some good stock, y'all. Right. So you put everything rises and falls on leadership. I see the numbers. I don't see the words, but it's still stuck at 8. And I'm talking about a leader and how we come from good stock and how he pours into us. And the chat a little quiet. And I'm talking about somebody who gives to us on a daily basis. We're getting mindset training. We're getting ideas. He'll wake up with us in mind so that us and our living legacy can succeed in life, right? And so that's why I have this quote right here. It says, leaders become great, not because of their power. You ever seen somebody, that's that first level of leadership. When you talk about the 5 levels of leadership, another book that you had us listen to by John Maxwell, that first level, my mind just went blank. What's level 1 leadership? Title and type position. That's what it is, positional leadership. And so you got that title, right? But you ain't used to nothing. So now you flaunting your authority. That's not who we have, right? Because when somebody is on that first level of positional leadership, it's all about them. It's not even really about the people. They just glad that they in that position. That's not what he's pinnacle. And your level of leadership is different to everybody because how you perceive somebody is how you're going to receive from them. So for me, he's at the level of pinnacle leadership, right? That's the highest that you can get because it's not just about him and his power, but it's about his ability, and not even just his ability, but his action behind his ability to empower other people. And that's who you'll be partnered with in business and in life. And so how do the wealthy make money? They get their money to go to work for them. Real easy. It's not too hard. And we're able to do that here because we have systems that are set in place that you get to tap into, y'all, right from your phone, right from your laptop, right from your tablet. You get to tap into our ECA, which is our Economy Calibrate Academy. Now, this is a video training system on demand. We also have live classes that you can tap into. You can log into your back office. Let me see if I have a snapshot of it. Yeah, right here. You get to log into your back office right here. This is what it looks like. So, and you can see a month in advance, right? How the classes are going to be structured and orchestrated. So if you're anything like me, you want to look ahead. I have 4 children at home. So I have 4 children. I have the tribe. I have the local Louisville. It's so many people that I'm dealing with. And so I like to know in advance what that's going to look like. So you can personalize that for you. Okay, I can hop on live classes on this day. I'm not going to be able to do it the next day. So maybe I'm going to come home and I'm going to look at the on-demand video training. And for me, I'm up normally around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's when I'm looking at the videos or maybe 1 or 2 at night. They both morning, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Early rising is when I'm looking at the video sessions. But whatever works for you, whatever your stilo is. And this is a snippet of what that looks like. And it's going to break it down to the very basics of how you can make money in the market, what is Forex, and all of those different things, right? Because that's what we're doing. We're tapping into the world's 3 largest financial markets through our ECA. We're tapping into the foreign exchange market. We're tapping into the stock market. And we're tapping into the cryptocurrency market. Now, most people know the stock market. And most people will probably think that that's the largest market, but it's not. It's a $1 billion a year market, but Forex trumps that. Mm-hmm. 6.6 to 7.4 trillion dollars a day. A day. How much of that do you want for your household? Because that's what you're able to do, right? You, but you can do that though by tapping into our services. You can do that by going through the weekly Q&A sessions. Can you imagine being online, right? And I was just online earlier today, multiple classes, but I'm going online with experts, educators who have 10 to 30 years experience, right? Let's just say I've been here for a month. And I place in the same trades because we're getting those trade ideas live as we're on this together. They're teaching, they're showing the charts, they're marking it up, we're gaining the knowledge, but we're also hopping in the market at the same time. And so I'm collapsing time frames. They went through the push through of 10, 20, 30 years to learn this skill. And in a month, I'm able to place that same trade that they're doing for their own portfolio for mine. And it's only $149 to get started and to invest in your future. That's what we have here. And you may say, look, I don't want nothing to have to do with going to school. I know a lot of people, they feel some type of way when we talk about going back to school. Again, because we were taught to go to school to get this good education so we can get this good job, and we're supposed to live this American dream where we tapping into this freedom, and it didn't happen. So when I talk to you about going back to school, you like, okay, here we go again, right? You might not consciously be thinking that, but your subconscious mind is like, we've been there, done that. I don't want to go to school, right? But here, our schooling is different. Thank you for that. Right. Oh. But here, our schooling is different. You see what we're doing here? Our schooling is fun. Here, you don't have to do it alone. Here, it can be a group effort. Here, you can actually have an open book test, right? And you can get 100%. But even if you don't want to do the schooling part, even if you don't want to tap into the ECA, we have what's called Solex, where we receive a phone alert, y'all. And we just have our beta app just went live today. We've been transitioning between Telegram and Solex, and now you can go, and it's like its own social media app, right? So you get to follow the educators, and they may show even what they got going on for the day or the plans that they have. And they may give other nuggets besides what they were able to do just in the Telegram app. So we get to see a little bit more of their personality, right? And they get to share a little bit more, even about the markets and things of that nature. So in Solex, you can personalize because we have so many different ways and so many different chats that we tapped into. Let me see if I can. Let me show you what we had. I don't have Solex on my computer yet. I have it on my phone, but I'm gonna open up the Telegram app and I'm gonna show you, this was the Plutus trade ideas that went out today. This is our Forex and Monara. As you can see, we're getting trade ideas right here. This is our stock options Telegram, our Monara Telegram. It's so many, our Eminus. And you see on this trade idea, this was 4 different ways that you can profit. You see, sell gold, that was our entry. Here's our stop loss, and then you're going to put your take profits. And take profits mean that's where you make the money. Right now, we do sometimes incur lessons. We have about an 84, 85% success rate. Let's look down here, Eminence trade ideas. So we have all of these different Telegram chats that we were getting trade ideas from the educators. So we'll show you how you can copy. Now you can actually copy and paste it. It was copy and paste before, but in Solex, you can copy it. You can go to your app if it's still on your phone. Now, if you're working between your phone and your laptop, you'll still probably have to write down the numbers. But if everything is in one place, you can copy it. You can place it in the other app. You can hit buy or sell, and boom, guess what? You are done. You are on your way, and you can start making profits. So a lot of people ask me, how soon can this start working for me? And I'm like, well, that's really up to you. How soon do you want to get into your live account? If you don't want to get into your live account right away, then we have what's called a demonstration account where you can log in, and it's you playing with fake money, but you're getting the feel of what it's like to get into the market. You're getting the feel of what it's like of, okay, the market is going up, I'm in profit, but then it starts to retrace a little bit. Are you going to get in your feelings when the market comes down a little bit? Are you going to close out early? Again, that's where the mindset comes into play that I talked about earlier, right? We're not supposed to use our emotions when we're in the market. The market is just giving us information. It's not good or bad information. It just is what it is. And as we go through the classes, right, and compare it to our trade ideas, then we can make the proper analysis. And that's what we have in our Solex. And then with our Monara is actually our own AI bot. So everybody else has a bot for everything. We have one too.
Right.
We have one where, and you can personalize it. That's what I like about it. So this is as you get a little bit more advanced. And so you'll go in and you'll tell Monara, okay, I like to see a bat pattern or a double top. I like to trade US 30, NYS 100. I like to trade gold. I like to be on the 1 hour time frame or the 15-minute, whatever it is for you. And then as you put those parameters in, it's going to send you trade ideas. A lot of trade ideas. It's going to send you an abundance of trade ideas that you can, again, copy and place. And it gives a lot of people the peace of mind because they have a bot and they don't have to rely on their emotions or their own thought processes. And let me show you what it looks like. It's pretty accurate. I've been tapping into the Monara system a little bit more, especially if you live like a busy lifestyle, right? Because, okay, say you have a full-time job and you like, I can't even open my phone while I'm at work, right? So how is this going to work for me? I can't even get the trade ideas. So what you can do is the night before or the morning of, you can go to your Monara, and a lot of times they'll have limit orders or pending orders. And so what that means is it's not a straight market execution. So I'm not hopping in right now. I'm going to set the order, and then when price actually hits that point, it's going to automatically execute and get me inside the market, right? And then it's either going to go to my take profit or my stop loss. And this is what happened here. So the top part is the Monara trade idea from the bot. And the bottom one is actually my live personal trade. And so I had set a, what was this? This was a limit. This was a sell limit because the market went up first and then it went down to execute the order. So, so it went up and then it came down to execute the order. It executed me without me even being present. I set that order, and then I think it was the next day when it actually hit. I went to my phone, and you see how this green line up here with the AI, my green line, now it went down, it retraced back up, but as soon as it went down and hit that green line, it closed out for profit for me. So it did exactly what the AI technology said it was going to do. I put that in the day before, I went about my day, was with my children, and the next day I opened up my phone and I had profit. How does that sound to you? Do you believe that though? That was real life for me. But when you're not used to that, and that's not the way you're used to making money, you can think, well, that's fine and that's good and it's working for her. But will it really work? Did y'all hear that, Southern? I had to stop. It's worked for her. Woo, geez, it worked for her. But will it work for me? And it absolutely can. Yes, it can work for you, right? We have to get out of that mode. Again, those thought processes that they've instilled in us, that the only viable way of making income is to trade our time for money. Even though that's not what we want to do, that's what we continue to do because that's what's instilled in us, an autopilot. We don't want to work. We don't want to do this. We don't even like our job. We don't even like them people. Right. But that's what we keep doing day in and day out. And then when that don't work, guess what? We go and get another one. Day in and day, and then we complain, and then we go get another one. But you'll come here and you say, you know what? Well, I tried one of them. But you tried how many jobs so far? This still is not working for you. You just ain't being what I said from the beginning, with the right leadership, with the right technology, and with the right strategies. Because you might have tried something, but it might not have been the right people nor the right time. And I'm going to say, I cover everything that I do. So if you're on this line, you would divinely sit here for such a time as this. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then we have add-on services. So we have our Plutus and we have our RFX and we have our DeFiverse, right? So our Plutus is more of the faster moving pairs. They're what I talked about before, our Japanese 225, our UK oil is what came out today, Bitcoin, gold, silver, the metals, all of that is inside of there, right? And so again, you get to get on class with a live educator. And a lot of times we have 100% success rate. This past week or the week before, I think it was a little bit lower than that, but most of the time, in those live classes, we have 100% success rate, right? And we get trade ideas on top of that. And then with our RFX, that is our binary options. And again, that is if you have more of a busier lifestyle, you can hop into the binary options and you can tap into that again. And binary is all live. You can go back and look at the education, but binary doesn't send out trade ideas. It is a live class, but once you start to understand it, you're not limited to just the live classes. And then we have our DeFi verse, right? So with our DeFi verse, we are able to, again, the same thing that we have over there with our Forex, we have that with our crypto. So we have the on-demand classes, we have the live educators. You can go in there and you can get trade ideas. And actually, this weekend, because the Forex market is 24/5. It's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. But crypto never sleeps. And so from the DeFi verse, I was getting trade ideas from that. And I was actually able to hop into Ethereum and make money over the weekend when the regular Forex market was closed, right? And so we have all of these different options. Let me see if I can pull this up really quickly. So what I love about this is we're getting so many different trade ideas. So I have a trade idea for Bitcoin came out today, right? And so I have the trade idea going in my regular account, in my Forex account. So we can trade Bitcoin there. I also am DCAing Bitcoin, right? So I have Bitcoin on multiple exchanges. I have it on Coinbase. I have it in Uphold. I have Bitcoin on my Cash App. I'm a Satoshi millionaire on there. And then now I can come to my binary options and you can trade all of that on here as well. So whatever it is that you want to trade on these binaries, you can do the regular currency pairs, you can do the cryptocurrency pairs, you can do the commodities, whatever it is. And y'all, I haven't even talked about our stocks and our stock options yet. I'm gonna do that when we get in, when I'm actually breaking it down a little bit. Or I may just do it. I don't know. But we have so many different ways. When I talked about living a life that's elevated. It's crazy, right? And that's what people, though, that's what people feel like is crazy, but in a bad way. And when they hear all of this information, it's like, can I do that? Like, they think that you have to be, have a high IQ and be able to understand all of this information, that like they're not going to be able to get it, but you're going to have the classes, you're going to have the educators, you're going to have us. And we have so many people here with so many different gifts and talents. Even if you came in directly to me, I might not speak your language, right? I may get you on a, let's say that you are, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's say you're a living legacy lady. I may not speak your language. And that's our ladies who are retirement or close to retirement age. I may get you on the line with Miss Nicole or Miss Tawanda or Miss Debbie or Miss Curl, Miss Diane. They may speak more of your language. And so I can leverage their gifts and talents, and it don't even have to come from me. And I'm okay with that. Hey, look, y'all get me on out the way. If that's what it's going to take for you to see your personal success, how dare I stand in the way of that? Right. That's what we have here with this tribe, y'all. And I know I'm giving y'all a whole lot of information, but let me show you the simplicity of it. I want to pause for a second, and I'm going to get back in here so you can see what I'm talking about. The simplicity of just copying and placing these trade ideas. This is what it looks like. And so this was when it was in Telegram. It'd be similar in Solex, but again, you'll just be able to hold your finger down on it, copy it, and then place it right over here into whatever platform that you're using. So you'll take the numbers that are given to you and you'll just paste it. So you'll put in your take profit, you'll put in your stop loss, you're going to hit buy or sell, because we make money when the market is going up or down. And we was actually in a session here in Louisville, one of the trade ideas that just came out, and we hopped into that thing. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in real time. So we just got in the trade, right? We're in training. We started out in just minutes. It hopped up to $34.34. So we're just showing the investment lifestyle and how you literally can come on here and learn how to make money from your phone. You see these numbers going? Now, if the market starts going in the opposite direction, guess what? The same way you just made that money, you can incur less in complete transparency. But we are showing you, we're not just rolling the dice. We're learning the skills, and we're learning different indicators of why we should take the trade that we are taking. So in a matter of minutes, you see it just topped again from $39 to now $55. Y'all, this is what we do. This is what I'm showing you all. The benefits of the investment lifestyle. Wow. Boom. The benefits, y'all, of the investment lifestyle. Now, just what I've showed you so far, and then showed you the simplicity of it and what it looks like to actually make money from your phone. Do you feel like that you can benefit from this? Do you feel like other people around you will be able to benefit from this? And I'm actually going to bring Miss Lakeisha back to the front of the room. She didn't know that. To speak on why do you even tap into this? Like, a lot of times you're back and forth from Harrodsburg to Louisville, because I'm gonna let you say who you coach for.
Campbellsville University of Harrodsburg.
There we go. Right. She's the head women's basketball coach. And so you have that going on. In between that, you're coming to Louisville. You was at basketball games today. It's recruiting season, so she's building up her team for the start of the season. And in between that, I mean, you show up at the meetings. We have the boom sessions. Why?
Oh man. Well, thank you for having me on again. Trusting me with this being on the platform to share this value that we have. For me, that's exactly what it is. And because it's so valuable, that's why I keep showing up. I tell my kids all the time that play for me that's the first part, is just showing up. And Mr. Guilty says it all the time. You gotta show up for life. You gotta show up. So for me, showing up, being present, helps hold me accountable as well, because like you said, I have so many things that I have to do that it can distract me, or it could kind of take my focus off of what I need to do here. And so being around you, being around the tribe, it helps me keep that focus. It helps me, understand that when I'm struggling or when I'm having like issues or whatever the case is, I still have somebody to come to and get that support. So that's the biggest thing for me, is getting the support.
Now, what is it like for you to be able to place a trade and see a profit?
Right. It's amazing. No, for real, like, because of all the jobs that I have that are thankless jobs, that are jobs that you put more time than you get money. All of those things, the investment is a lot more than 149 that I make. To start it off, it was a lot more than that. To get my certifications, my degrees, my whatever, all of those things were more expensive than the investment that we're making here. That's going to pay off even more than what that now. But honestly, I love coaching, and that's my passion. So, helping people, helping kids, things like that is an amazing payoff. But it doesn't help you pay your bills per se. It doesn't help you pay for those extra things that you want, maybe those vacations, those trips, whatever you need. So, and I definitely can't write none of that off of my taxes. None of that. So at the end of the day, the value is what, and just being able to not have to put in as many man hours somewhere to get the product or get the profit from it. That's why I show it.
I appreciate you.
No
problem. So that's why, your reason could be different, but people have their own reason. I made a post the other day talking about, maybe your why is because you're working all of these hours and you want to be more present with your kids. Maybe your why is like what Mr. Keisha talked about. You want to be able to vacation more. You want to be able to take a vacation and not a trip, because there's a difference between the two. And then even if you are vacationing, you don't want to think about, okay, what's due when you get back home. You want to just be able to vacate, not even vacation. What was it that you went to Jerusalem, Miss Kimaya? they take holidays. What's it, like a whole month? We don't want to just vacation. We want to take holidays now. We want to graduate, right? But when you're making money passively and you're not having to tap and pull from your paycheck, then you can again design and craft and create the life that you desire. And so we're doing that here, not just with the platforms that I just talked about, but we're also doing it with our sub tribes. Again, I talked from the beginning, you build a person to enhance the life, to build a business. And so Mr. Guilty, being the visionary that he is, knew that we would face challenges, right? And so he crafted these different sub tribes to put us with people who have some similar backgrounds, can speak each other's language, and can kind of come together for that extra added support. And so I represent the CEO moms, women who are single or married. Of course, we have children. And a lot of times we're running on fumes, right? So we have our own children. And if you have children, then you got somebody else's child too. Like anytime that we had to pick FJ up from basketball practice, it's 4 other boys that's getting in the truck. I'm like, what? Like Hassan and Tommy and all of these, for real. And not a lot of times you might not even know because kids make plans, right? And so now you standing there, and I'm like, and their parents ain't gonna show up, so you got to. Hey, I went off on a whole tangent, but yes, you got all of these responsibilities that you're dealing with. And when you mother everything, everyone, and all that you do. And a lot of times you're putting you last. And if you look at all of these mother quotes, it's kind of, they teach you to do that, unfortunately. But we're telling moms to get yourselves back. We're telling moms to put you first. We're telling moms to, hey, join us in this fitness challenge. We're telling moms to now make sure that you're not pouring from that empty cup, that you're pouring from the overflow that's on the saucer, that they're going to get the driplets. It's so much. You ever had a soup or a bowl that just like overflowed? You got this plate around, and now all of this juice is right there. Now, if you're anything like me, you're not going to let that go to waste. So people, what other people are, they the cornbread, and they get to come, and you get to sop. They get to sop up the juice. This on that. I know I was a food illustration. But that's how we want to see your moms to operate. Let people sop up the juice that's on the plate, right? And then we have our leading ladies lifestyle, which Miss Lakeisha represents women who are single or married. They don't have children, but they still have major responsibilities. And a lot of times they're also the go-to people in their families. Like they hold up their shield. They help out the CEO moms, right? The rich aunties. Hey, auntie, she got this field trip. Auntie, hey, she got this uniform. Like, go to your favorite auntie, girl. Tell auntie what you want. We get to do that. We get, but you know what's good about that? Because sometimes they like, and that was me when I was younger. Sometimes I like going to my aunt. I had a different relationship. I love my mother, and I had a close bond. But my auntie, we had different talks. We had different relationships, so they can fill in those gaps even in that way, right? And so they a lot of times the aunties step in and they help to be that second mom. And they help to, still be a type of a mentor to the child. And so we love the leading ladies. I was a leading lady for 30 years. I had children late in the game. So I understand that lifestyle and how people will put a demand on your time just because they feel like you ain't got nothing to do because you don't have children. And that's far from the truth. Amen. Amen. Then we also have I talked about our living legacy ladies, our L3s, that retirement, close to retirement age. And a lot of times people think that they really supposed to watch the grandkids. They're supposed to be sitting on the porch. They're supposed to be in this rocking chair. And these grannies nowadays is like, nah, I'm not either. Like, no, I'm living my best life, right? I'm handling this technology. I'm knocking out this trading, this crypto, these stock options, and I'm making it work for me. And what I love about that is where they see that there are a lot of times the matriarchs. And so when Big Mama, when Muddy, when they speak, everybody else listens. And so I may come in and I may want to give the knowledge, but I don't have the influence. But the L3s may have that influence. Now they can speak to all the generations and they can really make that impact on the living legacy. We have a few good men, man, and it's just powerful every Sunday. Yeah, I'm gonna get y'all to replay for A Few Good Men. Even if you was on the line, you just want to hear it and see it again. To see men come together and have a place to be vulnerable, to be built up, right? And to really tap into this. And because a lot of times men are looked at as leaders of the communities in their households, and the financial responsibility falls on their shoulders, even if nobody tells them that, because they are a few good men and not just males. They take that ownership of that responsibility. And so now for them to be able to tap into this passive income and these markets, do you know the freedom that it gives men? Because they experience mental health issues as well. So this gives them freedom in their mind, in their spirit, in their body, in their emotions as men that they probably don't even talk about like we do as women. So that group is very necessary, and Mr. Guilty leads that, and they come together on Sundays, and that's just a strong, powerful thing to witness. The men come together in that space. But I'm actually who you heard play the Jamaican vibes and tunes, because she was just in Jamaica this past weekend. Miss Drea J, if you are available, ma'am, I'm gonna have you come back to the line really quickly. Let me see. And I appreciate you hopping in there and being y'all, she's a DJ in real life. So like that's what she went to Jamaica to do. She's a real DJ. And so it was just a blessing and an honor to have her step in there for me. Like almost it was last minute, about 30 minutes before we got on the call. I was like, Miss Drea.
No problem.
And I thank you for being on this line. Thank you, Mr. Guilty, for partnering us together as success partners. She is the wonderful wife of Mr. Wardell Jones. And so now this is another set of A Few Good Men and a CEO mom coming together in this thing. And y'all, hey, don't sleep on her. She been knocking these charts out the box, getting up early in the morning. But Miss Drea, why do you see it of importance? Because you have a very busy life. Like I said, you DJing, and you have your boys at home, and it's summertime and they at home. And then you all are a sports family, so you are constantly on the go between practices, between games. Why do you see it valuable to take the time to learn it? And then how is that empowering you?
Well, first of all, thank you, Miss Alicia, Mr. Guilty, for allowing me to be on the platform this evening. First of all, you talk about just having your time, To be honest, who really wants to be as busy as they are? We between, family and career and just everything that you do on a day-to-day, to be able to take some things off of your plate to kind of free you up to live the softer lifestyle instead of working so hard every day and being stressed and being tired. It's about just more freedom and more getting that time back. One thing that you can never get back is your time. So just being able to have my time is so important to me in this season of my life, and just so grateful just to be able to learn about trading and about everything that we have in this platform to be able to free us up from having to go work a 9-to-5 job. So just so grateful for that in the season.
Thank you, Ms. Drea. I appreciate you being on this line, speaking tonight and DJing.
Oh, no problem.
And I just look forward to what we're going to make happen together as we're partnered together, profit partners, and as we are guided together
for sure
by Mr. Guilty, and see what you and Mr. Wardell make happen for your family and your living legacy.
Yes, appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Yeah, so this is what I do. Like and I'm walking in my passion, y'all. I get to do this from city to city. I get to do this on Tuesdays, and really as I'm just going about life, because I'm not in a business. All of this is on the inside of me, right? And it's a platform that we're utilizing. We're not saying that this may be your end all be all, but you can use this as a springboard. What most people lack is the capital to fund their actual dreams. And so you can do that here passively. And why what we have is so important, I told you from the beginning, 95% of the population, they're trading their time for money. I did that. I was an employee. I started out with my degree in accounting and business management, working and doing international taxes for a big 5 accounting firm. And I was like, nah, this ain't it. And then I transitioned into the beauty industry. Now I have my version of freedom there, but I still had to pack everybody into 3 days. Like again, it was that same cycle. When I was in accounting, I was going in was dark and I was leaving when it's dark. Well, heck, cosmetology, it was the same way. I just did it in 3 days versus 5 days. And I got to set my own schedule. But I still just owned a job. And if I didn't show up for my money, I didn't get paid. Like, think about, I have 4 children in that time, right? And so I did have disability income and things of that nature with my first 2. After that, I was like, let me just go on and go home and be to stay at home. But I still had a few clients. Tisha was one of them that was still coming to the house. But I was like, man, it has to be a better way, right? I still, because once you become that stay-at-home mom and you're used to making a certain amount of money, and then you don't think about that money ceases, and now we gotta ask. Okay, so I had to find something that I could do from home that I could still make the impact that I was making in the beauty industry. And that's how I transitioned over to be an online business owner now, where you're leveraging a system. And you get to leverage the skills and talents of other people, because on this left-hand side, 95% of the population only tapping into 5% of the money. Now make it make sense. 95% of the population is only tapping into 5%. That is a flawed system, right? But that's what we keep passing down from generation to generation in hopes that somebody is actually going to make it work for them, but they don't, because it's not supposed to. It's not designed to. You're designed to work for somebody else and to make their living legacy great. Now we're going to show you how you can tap into that 5%. You can be the business owner for your own last name, and you can become the investor now where your money is going to work for you. You're tapping into that power of passive income. And the people on the right-hand side, which now includes me, I can find my goal. Guess what? 5% of the population is tapping into 95% of the money. But the 95% is tapping into the 5%. When you show them this way, they say it's a scam. Is it one of them things? Is it a pyramid? No, your job is a pyramid. That's where all the people at the top make the money. That's not how it is here. And I'm going to show you how we are different. Just what's well, yeah, let's go on over there. I want to get back to the stock options because I didn't go over that, but I'm going to show you how we're different, right? Let's see, right here. These slides are just a guide. We are the conversation. We are the presentation. We are the information. These are the guides for you to look at, right? Because you want to hear my words and you want to see the screen so that you can connect and you can retain the information. So this is how we're tapping into this online businesses. And I'm going to show you how it's structured where we actually have true profit sharing and we're building our network so that we can build our network, right? So let's just say, okay, Miss Diane, you're direct to me, right?
Right.
As Miss Diane is direct to me, let's just say now I show value and I share this business also with Miss Lakeisha. Even though Miss Lakeisha is direct to me, guess what? I can place her and connect her to Miss Diane. And then whoever Miss Diane brings in Mr. Lanny, right? So now Miss Diane brought in Mr. Lanny. They're connected to one another. He's direct to her, but she now can also place him underneath Miss Lakeisha. So that disputes that only the people at the top know, because the people at the top are helping to build your business as well. Right. So that's how you have a structure. Let's look at Influencer 500, right? Influencer 500. You only have to have 3 personal people that you showed enough value to, that you had your own proof of concept, because that's what we work on. You don't just have to we don't want you to sell. We don't want you to bid. We don't want you to recruit. We want you to take the trade ideas. We want you to tap into Solex. We want you to be able to say, look, even if it's $1, this just what, and we're not going to have to tell you to, because you're going to be so excited. I just made money from my phone. You're going to go and you're going to tell people, you're going to show them what you did. That's your conversation. That's your documentation beats all conversation, right? Right. So now you have that to show people. And as you're showing value and not just telling them, You have your 3 personals, but you also have built an organization where 20 people are connected to you, 10 on your left and 10 on your right. You didn't bring in all those 20 people. Everybody did together. So you're now getting $125 a week, which adds up to $500 a month because you saw value, you made profit, and you showed somebody else. And then they did the same thing, right? That's how you have a leverage system. A lot of times people don't have a business where it works independently of them. If you're doing t-shirts, a lot of times people are pressing, they're making the t-shirts physically. I'm not knocking it. It could be a lucrative business, but I don't want to have to show up like that. You may, right? You don't have to do this full time. You can do this in your part-time. Whatever amount of time that you have, we're going to make that work for you. And so that's how you can tap into this. Think about making money on the charts in Forex, making money in crypto, making money in stock options, making money in the binary options. Let's look at the stock options really quickly, right? We have a very great educator who is highly sought after, and she knows her stuff. But now we get to know the stuff that she knows. She knows her stuff, and now I know my stuff because she knows her stuff, and she shared it with me, and she's giving me the trade ideas. And now I can go in here as a beginner. And she said, if you are new to stock options, you can earn $25,000 to $50,000 a year. Because you're tapping into somebody else who has the experience. And let me tell you what a stock option is. A stock option is when you're borrowing a share of stock for a specified period of time. You don't have to take ownership. Now, since there is no ownership, there are also no voting rights. There are also no dividends. Right? But guess what? You're not exposed to the market when it's going down. Yeah. Because with a stock, when you buy and hold, when the market goes down, there's no way for you to profit. When you have a stock option, we can make money again when the market is going up or down. So if I have a share of stock and I bought it and now it's up here, and it's attached to my retirement income, right? So now my livelihood is based on this. Yeah. So a lot of people are getting fearful if the market is dropping. Yeah. But now again, I say we are the solution because now we have stock options that you don't have to take years of experience to study in order to know how to get into it. You can collapse your time frames here. So if Tesla is $240 and I'm getting 100 shares, I have to have $24,000 set aside in order to tap into that. I ain't gonna ask the room. Does anybody on the line, and you might, y'all got 24,000 set aside to get into Tesla? Well, what if I showed you how to get Tesla as a discount? It's on sale, right? That's what you do with stock options. So now I can go in, I can get Tesla, let's say for $5, and I'm getting one contract, which is 100 shares. So now $5 times 100 shares, I can get that same 100 shares in the stock options for only 500 versus 24,000. Which one makes sense? Now with this stock options, I can make money when their market is going down. I can actually profit. So now my stock is going down. The stock options is going down, but I'm making a profit. So now that same Tesla stock, I'm building up my capital with that stock options as it's going down. Now it's on sale. So now it's at $140. I can buy more shares of Tesla stock with the money that I made from the stock options, that the money that I made from Forex funded my stock options. And now I'm multiplying it again and it's going back up and I have even more profit. Y'all, we are recession proof. We're making passive income. We're stepping into that 1% zone where our money is making money for us. And we're freeing up so much inside. A lot of people's problems is money. You solve the money, you're going to solve so much for people in life. But we take it a step further because we know that wealth is incomplete, right, with just money. It's you. Mind, body, spirit, and living legacy. So we're going to build you. We're going to build the person. We're going to build if you allow, we're going to build the person. We're going to build the mind. We're going to build the spirit. Do you see, if you're a part of the tribe, are you tapping into the soul of explosion where we're fed in our spirit? Mr. Guilty is putting something out there every single day at the top of the morning. Are you tapping into it? Or are you just liking and saying thank you? Are you liking and saying thank you? Or are you really tapping into it so that your spirit is fed? Because as you go out into the world for that day, he's equipping you before you even face the challenges of life. So now that you got on this armor and you have something to fight with, not just in your finances, but for you. We care about you. We have all of this, and I told y'all from the beginning, y'all, $149 one-time investment for everything that I'm sharing with you on tonight, and people think it's a scam. If it's not for you, if you don't see it, we're looking for people who are looking for us, and we know that it ain't about having everybody as Mr. Gill. It's about having the right somebodies who's going to attract the right somebodies, who's going to attract the right somebodies, because we are global. We are created to have dominion in this earth. And so we're going to attract other people who want to walk in that same authority and dominion together. That's what we're doing, y'all. This is the investment lifestyle, and I absolutely love what I'm doing. Y'all, we get all of that, $149, and then $99 every 4 weeks. Ooh, that's the part. Now I'm stepping on people's toes because it ain't $99. Like, oh, why I gotta pay? Why do you have to have an overhead for your global online business that never sleeps of $99? Y'all want to know what just the light and gas, the water for the salon that was stationary? I was limited to Dixie Highway in Louisville, Kentucky. And I was paying more for my light and gas and for my water than I was to even start this business. What? Come on. And but I'm going to show you real swift why it's important for you to have that $99. Because see, that $99 in the eyes of the IRS, and now means you're in pursuit of a profit, right? So with that pursuit of a profit, that opens you up to be now a 1099 independent contractor instead of just a W-2 wage owner. So now my home-based business allows me to write off a portion of my mortgage, a portion of your rent, a portion of that light, a portion of my internet that I use, a portion of my cell phone as I'm driving back and forth, as I'm flying internationally, domestically. Now guessing what? All of that travel, they're business expenses. That's my lifestyle. So what I want to do anyway, vacation and all of those things, that's a part of my business, and I get to write it off on my taxes because of that $99. And I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to listen to somebody else who talks about the benefit. Let me see if I can get to it really quickly. And I know we at the top of the hour. I've already given you so much, so if you want to hop off, you can, but it would behoove you to stay on this line and get the rest of this information. Let me see. Let's listen to Miss Leah Richardson just for a hot second, y'all.
And we're excited to have you back with us. So let's jump right in. You say a home-based business is the cornerstone of your wealth if you don't have any. Can you explain what that means?
Let me say this. One stream of income is hazardous to your wealth. Let me repeat. One stream of income is hazardous to your wealth. Before the pandemic, I felt like Noah. He was telling everybody, look, come on, get this ark. The flood is coming. Everybody was like, yeah, whatever. When it started raining, nobody was laughing because you cannot count on one income if you want to be wealthy long term. That's number one. Number two, the reason why it's the cornerstone of your wealth is because in your home is where you get your money back. The IRS says if you go out to eat a meal for business, you get your money back. But if you just go out with your girlfriend, your kids, your boo-hoo, whatever, you don't get your money back. When you pay your rent, your light bill, your gas bill, your internet bill, your landscaping bill, when you pay all those bills and you have a home office for your home-based business, you get a portion of that money back. But when you don't have a home-based business, you don't. So I always tell people you have to do three things. You have to spend less money. You have to get more money. But the more you make, the more the IRS will take. So you have to get your money back. That's why it's the cornerstone for building wealth.
Got it. So with all this talk of recession, is now a good time for home-based business owners to get started?
Let me say this. Do not believe the hype. Anytime there is a global financial fiasco, there is a natural disaster, whether it be the unfortunate terrorist act of 9/11 or whether it's a natural disaster like Hurricane Katrina, there are people making money everywhere. Now, I want everybody to understand, there's a person who's just on the news who owns Amazon, and he told people to stop shopping, basically. He said, cash is king. He said, don't buy that new TV, don't buy that. If the Amazon of the world is saying keep your money, what do you think is going on? So what I want everybody to understand is, don't believe the hype. somebody's making some money somewhere, and it needs to be you. The world might be in a recession, but I'm not, and you shouldn't be either. As you should be in a recession. You're going to claim a recession? No. In my book, The Symphony.
So the world could be in a recession, but that does not have to be you all. We can show you again how to make your money, how to multiply your money. And as she talked about, how to get your money back because of that monthly overhead. Everybody needs a home-based business. Everybody needs to be on the right-hand side of that cash flow quadrant where you're tapping into being a business owner and where you're also tapping into having that passive income and your money go to work for you. Now, I showed you all of that information. You may be the person who, you just want to start out at 149. But if you're the person who says everything that you talked about, Miss Alicia, I want to tap into all of that today. We have a gold pack that actually just got released today. You can get everything for $4.99, and then it's $135 every 4 weeks. 139, my bad. $139.99 every 4 weeks. Now, think about what I just said to you. Just to get the regular business was $99 every 4 weeks, right? Now to have the Plutus added in, the DeFi verse, the Plutus and the DeFi verse, yes, all of that would normally be an additional $69 for the DeFi verse, an additional $25 for that Plutus. Now they're doing it $50, additional $50 for that Plutus, but they're just giving it to you now for an additional $139.99. However you want to personalize this business, my thing is, come on, let's just get going. Let's just get started. You heard from so many different people on tonight of how this business can work for you. The time is now. It's never going to be perfect. You just got to make the decision and make the decision. Y'all, that's it. That's all. Welcome y'all to the tribe. Welcome to the investment lifestyle. Thank you to our guests who hopped on the line with us tonight. Whoever invited you out, y'all, tell them thank you, because they cared enough to get you in front of this information. They saw that it's working for them. They saw that it's working for so many other people, and they wanted to work for you as well. Thank you to Miss Drea J for being my DJ tonight, for coming on the line to speak. Thank you, Miss Lakeisha, for opening up for me, introducing me, helping me set up the room, break down the tables, having this space open for. Thank you, Miss, for printing out the flyers beforehand so that we can get the people in the room once tonight. Thank you, Mr. Guilty, for who you are, sir. For who you are, right? Not, a lot of times you can just thank people because of what they do. Right. I thank you for who you are, for who the creator made you to be, that you do put the creator first and your purpose second, and then everything flows from that. And then since you do, now we're impacted to walk in our own assignment that the creator has for us. And you choose to do that daily. It's one thing, y'all, to say yes, but it's another thing to continue to say yes day after day after day, even when you have your own life going on and you still thinking about the plan, the purpose, and the assignments of so many others that are connected to you. And that's what he does for us every single day. So thank you, Mr. Guilty. I definitely appreciate you, but I want to continue to show you that I appreciate you, not just by my words, but mainly by my actions. Thank you all, tribe. Y'all know what I say. I love y'all, the real kind. Forever and always. Boom.